Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to reread the story of the Little Red Hen. But you know what? I'm going to need your help this time. This is our third time reading it, so we're going to talk about some parts of the book, the characters of the story, and then I'm going to let you answer those questions as we read along. The Little Red Hen, retold by Bonnie Dopkins, illustrated by Sahara Vahar. Okay? So, I have little picture cards in here that are going to remind you of keywords, vocabulary words that we had mentioned before. And then we can reflect on them and talk about them and jog our memory a little bit. Okay? Here we go. Let's read the story. The Little Red Hen. So I want to help you to recall the characters of the story before I open the page. Let's see if you can remember. Remember, the Little Red Hen had 4 friends. Well, it was three of them. Because she was one, the Little Red Hen. Then she had the dog, the cat, and the goose. So that made 4, okay? The Little Red Hen. Hen. This is a picture of a hen, a red hen. Let's see if we talk about a hen on this page. On this page it says, once upon a time there were 4 friends who lived together in a barnyard. So, these are the characters of the story. There is the dog, the goose, the cat, and who? The Little Red Hen. You're right. On this page, it talks about the dog. And what does the dog like to do? Yes, he likes to play all day long. And who can tell me what that is? You're right, it's a baseball. And the dog is chasing the baseball. Now let's look down here at this friend. This is the picture of the cat. And who can tell me what that cat's doing? She's licking. And when a cat licks, we call that grooming, okay? So it says that the cat was a handsome animal who liked to groom himself. That's how we groom. And right there, that's a picture of groom. Grooming is getting your hair done. We do it by getting our hair done, our nails done, different types of things. So this cat likes to lick his paws. That's how he's grooming, okay? Next, on this page, there's a picture of a goose, and there's a picture of gossip. These ladies are gossiping. So wonder what clue that gives us about the goose. Remember, it said the goose was a talkative bird who liked to gossip. Right. Talkative means they talk all the time. Girl, did you know? And let me tell you, that's gossiping. And who is this? The Little Red Hen, right. She's thinking of everything that needs to be done and how she's going to get it done. There are 4 friends, the dog, the cat, the goose, and the Little Red Hen. Here's a picture I have right here. And this picture says waddled. Now, who do you think on this page waddled? Do you think it was the dog or the goose? You're right, it was the goose. It says that the 4 friends decided to move together to a cozy cottage near the river, and they were very happy there. It says, The dog played all day in the big front yard, and the goose waddled to the farmyard each morning. There she is, waddling. Waddle means to walk side to side, side to side. Then there's that cat. What's that cat like to do? Remember we said the cat liked to groom? Right. So he's taking a bath in the windowsill. And what's that little red hen doing? She's cleaning up, doing the chores, just like she always did. Next, we have a picture of wheat. Wheat. What did the story tell us about wheat? Well, it says one afternoon, the little red hen swept out the shed and found a bag of wheat seeds. Right, wheat seeds. And here's seeds. That's a picture of what those wheat seeds look like. Well, when she asked her friend who would help her plant those seeds, do you remember what they said? You're right. They said, "Not I." "Not I," said the dog who wanted to play all day. "Not I," said the cat who wanted to groom all day. And "not I," said the goose who wanted to gossip, talk all day. You're right. You remember. Well, just like we know, the little red hen, she said, "All right, I'll do it. I'll plant the seeds myself." And she did. Well, here is a picture of a hoe. Let's see what we know about a hoe. It says, she hoed the ground. That's the tool that she's using. She planted the seeds. We remember we saw the seeds. And she watered them well. Then I have a picture of weeds. Weeds. There she is, and she pulled the weeds because weeds are not necessary in the garden. What two words did you see on this page that rhyme? Seeds and weeds. Good job. I see a picture. And this word is harvest. Harvest. So, she's asking her friends for help again. Who's going to help me? She says, who's going to help me harvest the wheat? She said the wheat is ready for harvest. Harvest means that it's ready to go to the market to get it changed from wheat into flour. All of her friends said, "What?" "Not I," said the dog. He had to bury his bone. "Not I," said the cat. He had to smooth his whiskers. And "not I," said the goose. Why? Because she had to go talk to another friend. She was going to talk to the pig that day. So the little red hen said, "All right then, I'll harvest the wheat myself." And she did. And so how she harvested? She cut the wheat and then she gathered it. She tied it up in bundles and stacked it outside. That's how she harvested. But after she harvested the wheat, you know what? She asked her friend. The wheat must be ground into flour. So she said, "Who will help me pull the wagon to the miller?" And this is a picture of the wagon. A wagon. That's where she's going to put the wheat. You know what her friend said? The dog said, "Not I. Today I have to chase the rabbit." And "not I," said the cat. "Today I have to clean between my toes." "Not I," said the goose. "Today is the day to do what?" Gossip. She's going to talk to the goat today. And the little red hen says, "All right then, I'll pull the wagon myself." And there she is, pulling the wagon. And she's going to go down the hill and up the hill to the miller, where the miller's going to turn the wheat into flour. You're right. So, the next morning, the little red hen was ready to bake. Who will help me bake the dough? Make the dough, she asked. You know what? There's her with the flour. She's got to make the dough. What did her friend say? You're right. Not I, said the dog. I'm busy chasing my tail. Not I, said the goose. That dust might make it hard for me to talk. Not I, said the cat. That flour would musk my clean fur. So they didn't help her. You know what she said? All right, sighed the little red hen. Then I will make the dough myself. And she did. She gathered up some eggs and some milk, some yeast, and the flour. Then she mixed them all together and kneaded them for nearly an hour. I heard two more rhyming words. Did you hear them? Flour and hour. Now, said the little red hen, though she already knew the answer, who will help me bake the bread? Not I, said the dog. You're right. It's time for me to take a nap. Not I, said the cat. I really must get my beauty sleep. Not I, said the goose. Absolutely, I must absolutely rest my voice. You're right. What happened? That's right. All right, said the little red hen. I'll bake the bread myself. And she did. So listen, she built the fire, a difficult chore, and slid the pan through the oven door. Chore and door rhyme. She cleaned the mess that the bacon had made and finally went off to rest in the shade. Made and shade. Two more rhyming words. As the evening wore on, the wonderful aroma of the bread drifted through the air in the cottage. It tickled the nose of the napping dog and the sleeping cat and the resting goose. They sniffed and smiled. They opened their eyes. What this heavenly smell? Asked the goose. Why, it's just my fresh bread, said the little red hen. Who will help me eat it? Did they say not I? They did not. You're right, they said. I will, said the dog, jumping up and down from the rug. I will, said the cat, leaping down from the windowsill. I will, screeched the goose, forgetting about her voice, her rest for her voice. Uh-oh. You will? Asked the little red hen. You let me do everything myself. I hoed the ground and planted the seeds. I watered them well and pulled the weeds. Did you hear those rhyming words? Seeds and weeds. I cut the wheat, then gathered it and tied it up in bundles and stacked it outside. Tied and outside. I cleaned the wagon and loaded the wheat and went to the miller's down the street. Wheat and street. I gathered up eggs, milk, and yeast and flour and mixed them and kneaded them for nearly an hour. Flour and hour. I built a fire, a difficult chore, and slid the pan through the oven door. Chore and door. I cleaned the mess the baking had made. Then, only then, did I rest in the shade. Made and shade. So do you know what I think I'm going to eat this bread by myself? And guess what? She did. Now, that surely taught her friends a lesson. But the next time the little red hen needed help around the house, nobody said not I, because they were all willing to help. So the next time that your mom or your dad asks you to do something around the house, guess what? If I was you, I would say, I will, because I'm sure they will do something really nice for you. All right, I hope you enjoyed the story. And remember those vocabulary words that we talked about, we can review quickly.